Our next honoree is Stephen Long, class of 1986, for indoor and outdoor track and field. Steve was a member of the 7- and 8-man decathlon teams in 1984 that still hold records. He was a versatile performer who participated in the pole vault, the 4x400 relay, and the 500 meter. He was a Mason-Dixon Conference champion in the pole vault. He won the 4x400 relay and setting the conference record in 1984. He was the Mason-Dixon Conference pole vault champion again in 1985 and holds a school and meet record for the 4x400 in that year. He qualified in pole vaulting and the 4x400 relay for the NCAA Division II championship, although he was tripped and suffered a concussion and could not compete in that event in 1985. But for the purposes of we believe you would have won that. So we're going to give you credit for that. In 1986, he set the pole vaulting record of 16 feet, which would allow him to clear the top of the glass backboard in the Knott Arena by 3 feet. He was coached by Jim Deegan, and Coach Deegan can't be here today as he recovers from a recent illness, but he sends his congratulations to Steve and to all of the honorees today. In recognition of his outstanding career in indoor and outdoor track and field at Mount St. Mary's, the National Alumni Association is proud to induct Stephen Long into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's such a thrill and honor. I'm truly humbled. I'm humbled by everybody's presence, especially my family that came out. I owe so much to all of them. My brother Jim, and his beautiful wife Terry, his daughter Katie, and her husband Mark, my brother Kevin, my sister Aunt Pat, my brother Vincent, all of them, and those who can't be here, my brother John and my sister Nancy, all played such an important part in making me the athlete I am. Jim used to race me up on the school field, and I learned now he was probably letting me win, but thank you so much for being here and supporting me in this effort. And I also want to thank my alumni, my in-laws that I'm so gratefully related to through my wife, my sister-in-law Kathy and her husband Brian, along with their children Billy and my goddaughter Veronica. Thank you so very much for coming and for all your support. It's a great honor having you here. I want to thank the Alumni Association for such an honor, especially President Callahan, whose call came at a very difficult time while my mom struggled with her health. And once she got the news, hey, your son Stephen was inducted into the Hall of Fame at the Mount, she perked right up and has made a nice recovery. So she's very proud. She and my father were always my greatest fans. So thank you. Your news thrilled her. My dad was always a big fan and would always give me the most direct and succinct pep talk and advice you could as I was heading out the door to a track meet. He would just say, "Up and over." So he's looking down and very, very happy now. I can't thank them enough for their love and support, and they were very instrumental in encouraging me to come to the Mount. Coming to the Mount was a dream of mine and a great desire. And it almost didn't happen. A little secret is after I applied to the Mount, and back then you had thin envelopes and thick envelopes. When you either got a thin envelope, thanks for applying, but no thanks, or a thick one, which then included some additional information, and stuff you had to fill out. Well, I got a very thin envelope from the Mount, and sure enough, they turned down my application. They didn't accept me, but I know, as President Denner, I know you wouldn't allow that to happen again. But I was shocked. I said, I can't believe this. Do they not know who I am? I'm Jim Long's brother, my esteemed alumni and brother who graduated just 6 years prior to my arriving here. Thank you, Jim, for being the trailblazer and making so many relationships here and setting an example and a foundation that I could build on. So thank you. But I took this little rejection letter and I brought it to my high school track coach, and he made a call to Coach Deegan. They didn't have email or anything back then, so he called Coach Deegan, and I can only imagine those of you who know Coach Deegan, I can only imagine the interpersonal skills he used to persuade the admissions office to change their mind and accept me. But he was more than just interested in the athlete. He truly cared about his athletes and the persons that he coached. He would tutor me in accounting, a subject I struggled with, but it just example of how truly much he cared about the people. He cared as much about their academic achievements as he did their athletic. And I also want to thank his wife, Marge, who's also having some health issues. They've made all of this possible, quite frankly. Him getting me in here, his coaching me, his tutoring me. Both of them have made this all possible, and their love and support and encouragement really enabled this. And so I thank both of them from the bottom of my heart. I also want to offer up my prayers and blessings upon them as they struggle with their health. Anyway, years after graduating, in those wonderful years under Coach Deegan, my mom would, and Colin mentioned the concussion. I had a series of injuries throughout my tenure here, but I would still to this day have trouble, and my mom would see me limping or having trouble standing up straight. And she would ask me, was it worth it? And I would sit there and think back over the memories. And I would think of people like Coach Phelan and his beautiful wife Dottie, and all they've meant to the Mount, the great sacrifices they've made and how much they've contributed to this community. And I would think of people like their daughter Lynn, our director of athletics here, and the great joy and passion she brought to her coaching and all that she's done for the Mount community. And I would think of people like Amy Hart, who was our athletic trainer at the time, who I really could not have stayed on the track without her, and how she would treat me and heal me and mend me. And I had some trouble keeping on weight, all those hours spent in the library burning calories. She would keep me on the track, and she would even give me this Exceed energy drink, much like Boost or Ensure today, to help me maintain and keep on weight. I don't have that trouble anymore, but I think of her, and then I think, of course, of people like Frank Sarnowski, who meant so much to the Mount program. His mentorship, his teaching, his friendship, his working and setting goals, all meant so much. And I can't thank him enough for all he's meant, including the many times he let me borrow his car. And then I would think of my teammates, of course. Phenomenal athletes, hard workers, great students. They were role models on campus and great ambassadors for the Mount off campus. And we've had some great memories. Thea's here, and Chris Larson, Hall of Famers themselves. Just great examples and great ambassadors. And I can't thank them and my other teammates enough for all they've meant to me over the years. And I include in there the alumni who would come back and help coach. They'd give us pointers and just give of their time and their encouragement. Doing that, and you see now how busy you are with work and family commitments, for them to do that really shows what a special place this Mount is. But the Mount has been more than just athletics. It's everything. It's this beautiful campus. It's the administration and the staff, the professors, the coaches, and the chaplain's office. They all inspire and continue to inspire the current students, this next generation of citizens who they're committed to teaching and training them and enforcing upon them the four pillars here of faith and discovery and leadership and community. These will always be close to my heart as well. So I think back on all those memories, and with that I'd be able to turn to my mom and say, Mom, yeah, it was all worth it. You know, the injuries and the pain I still experience today, it was worth it. And now, with this induction into the Hall of Fame, I won't even have to hesitate. I'll be able to say right away, definitely well worth it. So thank you. And beyond the athletic program, people like Dr. Stay, who got me my first job, he introduced me to an FBI agent here, field agent in Frederick, and lo and behold, got my first job. He also, a big runner, and showed me that running can continue even after graduation and the enjoyment of it. So I thank him and others like him, our team chaplain, Father Carl Fives, legends on this campus, Father Redmond, Monsignor Klein, Monsignor Phillips, Father Delaney, who spoke at many of our athletic events. Just great people who built the character and values and faith of their athletes. And I also remember coming to this ceremony and when they inducted the great Olympic gold medalist Peter Rono into the Hall of Fame. And he credited the Mount with the three most important things in his life. His degree, his gold medal, and his faith. He converted to Catholicism while a student here. And so, feeding off his words, I reflected and yeah, I can thank the Mount and credit the Mount for an awful lot too, including my degree, strengthening my faith, this beautiful campus, the grotto, the daily masses, the March to the Life with Dr. Broussard, all those things that contributed and strengthened my faith. I cannot take credit for a gold medal at the Olympics like him, but I can credit the Mount for something that's even more precious and dear to me. And that's my wife, who I met here. Beautiful wife, intelligent woman I've been married to for 27 years, and it all started here at the Mount. She's given me 7 beautiful children that I'm also very proud of, and also likewise trying to encourage to come to the Mount and show their athletic prowess here. Just a tremendous joy and fulfillment to my life that she's brought. And again, it's all because of coming here to the Mount and experience this joy with this greater family. They're just such a proud portion of my life. Anyway, I can now tell my dad, who would always give me that advice, up and over, that Dad, well, I am going up. I'm going up on the Hall of Fame here at this distinguished school, but it's not over. Like the general said, it's not over because the commitment to the Mount, supporting the Mount, and my overall thrill of being a Mountie doesn't end. I will encourage and champion this campus and this school, this institution that has been such an important part of my life. And so I promise to continue to promote this university and this beautiful, blessed mountain. And so thank you all so very much for this honor, for coming here. God bless the Mount.